In 1960, LeTourneau built a bulldozer that ran on electricity and could switch between wheels and tracks. In 1947, International Harvester created a dozer with precision controls so advanced that operators said it felt like driving a sports car compared to the competition. And in 1935, Caterpillar introduced a technology that would kill the gasoline engine in heavy equipment forever. These aren't science fiction concepts. These are real machines that introduced innovations decades before the rest of the industry caught up. Today, we're counting down 10 old-school dozers that were so far ahead of their time, modern engineers still study their designs. Let's get into it. Number 1. Caterpillar D9, 1954. Let's kick things off with an absolute legend. The Caterpillar D9, which first rolled off the production line in 1954. Now, you might be thinking, wait, the D9 is still around today? And you're absolutely right. But the original D9 was such a game changer that it essentially created the blueprint for every large dozer that came after it. The 1954 D9 introduced a direct drive transmission system that was revolutionary for its time. Before this, large dozers struggled with power delivery and fuel efficiency. Caterpillar's engineers solved this by creating a machine that could deliver massive power to the ground while maintaining reasonable fuel consumption. The original D9 weighed in at around 40,000 pounds and was powered by a Caterpillar D355 diesel engine producing 286 horsepower. But here's what really set it apart. The D9 was one of the first large dozers to successfully integrate elevated sprockets. This design choice, which positioned the drive sprockets higher than the track, significantly improved track life and reduced maintenance costs. It also enhanced the machine's ability to climb over obstacles. This innovation became standard across the industry and is still used in modern track-type tractors today. The D9 quickly became the go-to machine for massive earth-moving projects, from highway construction to mining operations. Its reliability in harsh conditions made it indispensable, and its basic design principles influenced bulldozer engineering for decades to come. Number 2. International Harvester TD24, 1947. Moving back a bit in time, let's talk about the International Harvester TD24, introduced in 1947. This machine was an absolute beast and represented International Harvester's commitment to pushing the boundaries of what dozers could accomplish. The TD24 was powered by an International Harvester-built 6-cylinder diesel engine that produced an impressive 143 horsepower, serious power for the late 1940s. But what made this dozer truly ahead of its time was its emphasis on operator comfort and control precision, concepts that weren't widely prioritized in that era. International Harvester equipped the TD24 with a sophisticated steering clutch and brake system that gave operators remarkably fine control over the machine. This might not sound revolutionary today, but in 1947, most dozers were brutal to operate, requiring immense physical strength just to steer. The TD24 made precision work possible in ways that previous machines simply couldn't match. The machine also featured a robust undercarriage design with excellent weight distribution, allowing it to work effectively in soft ground conditions where other dozers would bog down. This made it particularly valuable in agricultural land clearing and swamp reclamation projects. The TD24 proved that bigger wasn't just about more power, it was about smarter engineering. Number 3. Allis-Chalmers HD21, 1939. Now we're going back to 1939 with the Allis-Chalmers HD21, a machine that introduced innovations that were decades ahead of the competition. Allis-Chalmers might not be the first name that comes to mind when you think of bulldozers today, but in the pre-World War II era, they were serious innovators. The HD21 was one of the first large dozers to feature power shift controls, allowing operators to change gears without clutching. This was an enormous advantage in production work, as it meant the machine could maintain momentum and productivity in ways that manually shifted dozers couldn't match. This technology wouldn't become standard across the industry until the 1960s and powered by an Allis-Chalmers 4-cylinder diesel engine producing around 115 horsepower. The HD21 also pioneered the use of what the company called control differential steering. This system used power from the engine to assist steering operations, dramatically reducing operator fatigue and allowing for more precise control. It was essentially an early form of power steering for bulldozers, something that seems obvious now but was revolutionary then. The HD21 saw extensive use during World War II in military construction projects, where its reliability and advanced features made it invaluable. Many of these machines continued working well into the 1960s, a testament to their robust construction and forward-thinking design. Number 4. Caterpillar D82U, 1935. The Caterpillar D82U, introduced in 1935, deserves a spot on this list because it fundamentally changed what contractors expected from their dozers. This was Caterpillar's first truly heavy-duty crawler tractor designed specifically for demanding earth-moving applications. What made the D82U special was its introduction of the diesel engine to the heavy dozer market. While earlier Caterpillar models used gasoline engines, the 2U featured a Caterpillar D17000 diesel engine producing 95 horsepower. Diesel offered better fuel efficiency, more torque at lower RPMs, and greater reliability in continuous heavy-duty operation. This shift to diesel power would become the industry standard. The D82U also featured significant improvements in track design, with wider tracks that distributed weight more effectively and reduced ground pressure. This allowed the machine to work in softer soil conditions without getting stuck. The undercarriage was also more robust than previous models, with better sealed components that could withstand the punishment of construction and mining work. Perhaps most importantly, the D82U was designed with serviceability in mind. Components were accessible, and common maintenance tasks could be performed without extensive disassembly. This attention to practical operation and maintenance set new standards that competitors had to match, and it established principles that Caterpillar still follows today. Number 5. LeTourneau-Westinghouse Model G, 1960. Now for something completely different. The LeTourneau-Westinghouse Model G, introduced around 1960. This wasn't your typical dozer. It was an electric drive monster that represented one of the most innovative approaches to heavy equipment ever attempted. R.G. LeTourneau was famous for thinking outside the box, and the Model G was his answer to the limitations of mechanical drive systems. The machine used a diesel engine to generate electricity, which then powered electric motors at each wheel or track. This electric drive system offered several advantages: infinite speed variation, no mechanical transmission to maintain, and the ability to precisely control power delivery to each track independently. The Model G could be configured as either a wheel dozer or a track-type tractor, showcasing impressive versatility. Its electric drive system provided exceptional control and could generate enormous torque at any speed, making it incredibly effective in heavy pushing applications. The machine could produce around 400 horsepower, which was substantial for its era, while electric drive dozers never became mainstream due to their complexity and cost. The technology LeTourneau pioneered influenced the development of large mining trucks and other heavy equipment. Some of the largest earth-moving machines in the world today still use electric drive systems based on principles established by machines like the Model G. This dozer proved that unconventional thinking could lead to remarkable capabilities. Number 6. Euclid C6 Bulldozer, 1947. The Euclid C6, introduced in 1947, might not be as well known as some Caterpillar models, but it introduced several innovations that pushed the industry forward. Euclid was primarily known for their hauling equipment, but the C6 showed they understood dozer design too. What set the C6 apart was its advanced hydraulic blade control system. While earlier dozers used cable-operated blade lifts which were slow, imprecise, and prone to braking, the C6 featured fully hydraulic blade control. This meant faster cycle times, more precise blade positioning, and significantly reduced maintenance. Hydraulic control would eventually become universal, but Euclid was among the first to perfect the system on a production dozer. The C6 was powered by a Cummins diesel engine producing approximately 100. Euclid's decision to use Cummins power rather than building their own engines showed a forward-thinking approach to specialization, partnering with the best engine manufacturer rather than trying to do everything in-house. The machine also featured an innovative torque converter that allowed for smoother power delivery and better fuel efficiency compared to conventional clutch systems. This made the C6 easier to operate and more productive, especially in applications requiring frequent speed changes. The torque converter technology that Euclid helped develop would later become standard equipment on virtually all modern dozers. Number 7. John Deere 1010 Crawler 1960. The John Deere 1010 Crawler, introduced in 1960, might seem like a small machine to include on this list, but it represented a significant shift in how manufacturers thought about compact dozers. This machine proved that small didn't mean simple or unsophisticated. The 1010 Crawler featured Deere's advanced hydraulic system, which was exceptionally refined for a machine of its size. It offered precise control and quick response times, making it suitable for finish grading and detailed work that larger machines couldn't handle. This focus on precision control in a compact package opened up new markets and applications for crawler dozers. Powered by a John Deere diesel engine producing around 40 horsepower, the 1010 was designed for utility and versatility. It could be equipped with various blade configurations and was popular in agricultural applications, municipal work, and smaller construction projects. What made the 1010 truly ahead of its time was its ergonomic design. John Deere paid attention to operator comfort, visibility, and control placement in ways that competitors overlooked. The result was a machine that operators actually enjoyed running, which translated to better productivity and less fatigue. This human-centered design philosophy would eventually become crucial across the industry, but Deere was implementing it decades before it became common practice. Number 8. Fiat-Allis FD14E 1970s. The Fiat-Allis FD14E from the 1970s represented European engineering excellence, entering the North American market with some genuinely innovative features. While Caterpillar dominated the American market, Fiat-Allis brought fresh thinking from their Italian parent company. The FD14E featured an advanced power shift transmission that allowed operators to shift through multiple gear ranges without stopping or clutching. This power shift technology was smoother and more refined than most American competitors offered at the time. Combined with a powerful 6-cylinder diesel engine producing approximately 140 horsepower, the FD14E offered excellent productivity. But the real innovation was in the undercarriage. Fiat-Allis designed a sealed and lubricated track system that dramatically extended component life and reduced maintenance requirements. Instead of the traditional dry pin and bushing arrangement that required constant attention, the FD14E's tracks operated in an oil bath environment that reduced wear and increased reliability. The machine also featured excellent balance and weight distribution, making it surprisingly nimble for its size. This made it popular in applications requiring precision work alongside production dozing. While Fiat-Allis eventually exited the North American market, the innovations they introduced influenced competitive designs and raised the bar for what customers expected from their dozers. Number 9. Komatsu D50A-16, 1970s. The Komatsu D50A-16 from the 1970s represents Japanese engineering entering the global dozer market with serious technology advantages. Komatsu had been building construction equipment since the 1920s, but it wasn't until the 1970s that they really challenged Western manufacturers with machines that were genuinely innovative. The D50A-16 featured Komatsu's advanced hydraulic system with load-sensing capabilities. This meant the hydraulic system automatically adjusted pressure and flow based on the resistance the blade encountered, optimizing fuel efficiency and productivity. This was sophisticated technology that most Western manufacturers wouldn't adopt until the 1980s or later. Powered by a Komatsu 6-cylinder diesel engine producing around 95 horsepower, the D50A-16 was designed for reliability and fuel efficiency. Japanese manufacturers understood that uptime and operating costs were just as important as raw power, and they engineered their machines accordingly. The machine also featured an innovative cab design with excellent visibility and sound insulation. Operator comfort wasn't just about luxury, it was about maintaining productivity over long shifts. The The attention to detail in the cab design, from control placement to seat ergonomics, showed a level of sophistication that forced American manufacturers to improve their own offerings. Komatsu's success with machines like the D50A-16 opened the door for Japanese heavy equipment worldwide. Number 10. KC1150, 1970. Finally, let's talk about the KC1150. Introduced in 1970, Case was better known for agricultural equipment, but the 1150 showed they understood construction equipment too, and they weren't afraid to innovate. The 1150 featured Case's power-shift transmission, which offered 6 forward and 3 reverse speeds, all shiftable on the go without clutching. This level of versatility was uncommon in dozers of this size class and gave operators the ability to match machine speed precisely to working conditions. Whether moving dirt, finish grading, or traveling between job sites, the 1150 could operate at optimal efficiency. Powered by a Case 6-cylinder turbocharged diesel engine producing approximately 105 horsepower, the 1150 offered impressive power in a relatively compact package. The use of turbocharging in a dozer of this size was innovative, providing power normally associated with much larger machines while maintaining reasonable fuel consumption. The E1150 also featured an advanced hydraulic system with integral cylinders on the blade. This design was cleaner and more protected than external cylinder arrangements, reducing maintenance and preventing damage. The hydraulic system offered excellent control and could handle various blade attachments, making the E1150 versatile enough for everything from land clearing to finish grading. Case's attention to serviceability was also noteworthy. The engine compartment was designed for easy access, and common maintenance points could be reached without tools. This practical approach to design showed Case understood that downtime was the enemy of profitability. So that's it for today. If you like this video, then please hit the like and subscribe button for more videos. Thanks for watching.